They're not judged puppies.
They're all mine.
No, they're not.
All mine.
Oh, I like this one. This is a cute one.
Hey, Uncle Brett. Uncle Brett. Uncle
This is like your family. This is
We
like
got a
your
fishing
family.
pole. He was saying Uncle Chris.
This is Uncle Steve.
Uncle Steven. Uncle Steven. We get a fishing pole.
Oh yeah? It's pretty awesome.
We get that's for Uncle Ernie. He's biting your finger. What is it? Lexi always bites my finger. Yeah, because Lexi's a little teeny. That's why some of little Lexi's teeth broke. Mommy needs a sharp. Yeah. And we got the stray dog.
Ladle.
Mom found another stray.
Soup. I think it's pumpkin though.
Milk. I plucked a pheasant. Milk.
I'm on foot for
Spirits rise, what fun it is to ride and sing and sing songs at night.
Jacob, unless you're performing, you're in the wrong chair. Need some cheesecake? It's for a cop. It's for a cop. So he makes it extra good.
I do not accept you. Jerry.
Santa's little. Already made us talk.
Careful. Fall back and hurt your head.
I haven't heard any pre.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Amen. Hallelujah. Woo!
You can record Layla.
Here we go.
This is the start.
Punch down! Ravioli, ravioli, give me the formioli. Ba la la la, la la la. Kung Fu Panda, ha! Peace, 2, 4, diamond, 6, 8, star. Ba la la la, ba la la la, ba la la la, ba la la la. Dink!
Hey, after we do this, let's do this part. All right. First up, we're going.
Why are you buying me right now?
A little.
Okay,
We're
all right.
gonna have a green cheese
Okay,
kickoff.
that's enough.
By Marilyn Cook. Split those chairs.
John, no, I just used them.
Someone else to shoot this? Thanks a lot. Go all day long.
Adam, just like.
I chose to talk about the symbols of Christmas. So the first one is the star. And the star is the most recognizable symbol of the holiday. And it represents the star that appeared in the sky when Jesus Christ was born. So in Matthew 2:2 it says, saying, "Where is he that is born of the Jews? For we have seen his star in the east and are come to worship him." This reminds us to always follow the light of the Savior like the wise men did when Jesus was born. And the tree represents how trees always stay green all year long, even in the winter. So when the green trees are seen, it reminds us of hope. And even when all is cold and all the plants are dead, we still have these green trees around all year long. The wreaths represent the circular shape which means eternity. And in E.N.C. 35:1, it says, "Listen to the voice of the Lord your God, even Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end, whose course is one eternal round, the same today, yesterday, and forever." So when the wreaths are hung out on your doors, you can be reminded that it's an invitation for this Christmas spirit to fill our house. And then the candy canes represent the staffs carried by the shepherds who visited the baby Jesus. The bend or the hook at the top of the staff was used to pull the sheep in or guide them, much like how our Savior was gently leads us and guides us to safety and peace. And then the stockings, it says, the tradition of Christmas stockings comes from an old legend. A poor man had 3 daughters and couldn't afford to give them dowry. In these days, it was very hard for women to get married without a dowry. A Christian bishop named Nicholas heard about the problem and wanted to help, but the man refused to accept money. One night, Nicholas threw 3 balls made of pure gold through the open window of the man's house. Each one landed in a stocking hung by the fire to dry, and the next morning each daughter found a gold ball in her stocking. With this bounty, they were able to be married. So stockings can remind us of the importance of service. And the greatest example of service is our Savior, Jesus Christ. And so for gifts, it says, Christmas is the season of giving. So the wise men that came to Jesus presented unto him 3 gifts. In Matthew 2:11, it says, "And when they were come into the house, they saw the young children with Mary his mother, and fell down and worshipped him. And when they had opened their treasure, they presented unto him gifts of gold and frankincense and myrrh." And the Savior is the true gift of Christmas. And I think that these symbols of Christmas are very important because every time we see these items, it can remind us of the importance of Christmas. And I say these things in Jesus Christ's name.
Amen. Yeah, honey. Say yes. Say good job.
There.
Say it. Oh.
There. 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 There
me. He must have felt my gaze. He came toward me through a crowded maze, and I a leper, shame in my head, till someone said, Jesus is his name, and they said, the nations fall behind him, the rivers call to find him, mountains
Got it,
One for the master and one for the day, and one for the little boy less than the leg.
That was the peak right there.
No, you have to stand up.
It doesn't get better than that. Still going.
During this Christmas season, we all reflect on the birth of the Savior, and that is what it's all about. We think about the miracles that he would perform and how he would take on the sins of the world and ultimately die to save us all. There was once a bridge that spanned a large river. During most of the days, the bridge sat with its length running up and down the river parallel to the banks, allowing ships to pass through freely on both sides of the bridge. But at certain times each day, a train would come along the bridge and would turn sideways across the river, allowing the train to cross it. A switchman sat in a shack on one side of the river where he operated the controls to turn the bridge, and it locked into place as the train crossed. One evening, as the switchman was waiting for the last train of the day to come, he looked off into the distance through the dimming twilight and caught sight of the train light. He stepped onto the control and waited until the train was within a prescribed distance. Then he was to turn the bridge. He turned the bridge into position, but to his horror, he found the locking control did not work. The bridge was not securely in position. It would cause the train to jump the track and go crashing into the river. This would be a passenger train with many people aboard. He left the bridge, turned across the river, and hurried across the bridge to the other side of the river, where there was a lever switch. He would hold and operate the lock manually. He would have to hold the lever back as firmly as the train crossed. He could hear the rumble of the train now, and he took hold of the lever and leaned backwards to apply his weight to it, locking the bridge. He kept applying the pressure to keep the mechanism locked. Many lives depend on this man's strength. Then, coming across the bridge from the direction of his control shaft, he heard the sound that made his blood run cold. "Daddy, where are you?" His 4-year-old son was running across the bridge to look for him. His first impulse was to cry out to the child, "Run, run." But the train was too close. The tiny legs would never make it across the bridge in time. The man almost left the lever to snatch up and carry his son to safety. But he realized that he could not get back to the lever in time if he saved his son. Either many people on the train or his own son must die. He took but a moment to make his decision. The train sped safely and swiftly on its way, and no one aboard was even aware that the tiny broken body thrown mercilessly into the river by the onrushing train. Nor were they aware of the pitiful figure of the sobbing man still clinging to the locking lever long after the train had passed. They did not see him walking home more slowly than he ever walked to tell his wife how their son had brutally died. I know we focus on the birth, but he didn't die for us, I know we focus on the birth, but if he didn't die for us, or choose to die for us, then the birth of the Savior wouldn't really be important. I am forever grateful for the sacrifice that he made for me and for all of us. He didn't have to take on this difficult task, but he did because he loves us. Also, during this season, I really thought about Mary and her example. The angel appeared to her to tell her she was going to give birth to the Savior of the world. The days leading up to her giving birth must have been so hard, and I can only imagine what was going through her mind. She had to ride in on a donkey, which was probably the most awful thing you could do. She didn't complain. She had been denied into places where she could give birth. She didn't complain. She had to give birth to Jesus Christ outside in a cold stable, surrounded by animals, and she didn't complain. When people denied Jesus, she didn't complain. When they crucified the Prince of Peace, the King of Kings, the Deliverer, the Redeemer, the Great I Am,
Emmanuel, the Lamb of God, the light of the world, the mediator, the Messiah, and most importantly, her son. She didn't complain. During this Christmas season, I have focused on the Savior, on the Savior's whole life. I have felt the Savior's love for me so much that I don't know what I would do without the gospel of my life, and I'd be so lost if I didn't know how much Jesus Christ loved me and what he did because he loved me. The greatest gift wasn't wrapped in silver shiny paper, but in swaddling clothes. I say this in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Hand. You gotta hold it. Like me.
Yeah.
On the sides. Okay. Do it right.
Just ignore the camera.
I got it.
All right, Lee.
Best for last. I pledge allegiance.
Get out of my way, freak. Is it really close? Ouch.
You suck.
Indian spirits rise.